Hi, this is Vicki. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the mind-body connection and body-centered psychotherapy. And I thought I would start with a little story. So when I was an elementary school kid, I had stomach aches before I went to school. I was shy and I was nervous. And nobody really talked about anxiety back then. So my mom just kept wondering what was wrong with me, why I was always complaining and not wanting to go to school. And it wasn't until my early adulthood when I started therapy that my therapist would ask me, how's your week been? And I would explain to her the events, but I would also tell her what I was feeling in my body. And so she started really bringing the mind and the body together for me. And I really feel like in therapy, we aren't just focusing on the mind. We all know that we have lots of stories in our mind. And when we get into a therapy office, sometimes we like to just tell the details of our week. But what we're missing is from the neck down, the body is processing what's going on too. And if we could have used just our mind to figure things out, we probably would have by now. So the mind is just one part of the equation and the body is another. So one thing I do with clients, it might sound simple, but it's been very profound and sometimes confusing, is I will ask the question, how does your body feel when you're telling me this story? And since most of us stay in our heads, sometimes we are actually numb to what our body feels. Sometimes we numb out to the body because we feel so intensely. I used to do that as a kid. I used to float up into the corner of my room at night because I was so scared. And I just wanted to get away from it all. So some of us don't know what our body is feeling. And even though the question is simple, what are you feeling when you're telling me this story? It can be very profound that we go, oh my God, I didn't realize I was holding my breath. Or, oh my God, I didn't realize my jaw was tight. Or my hands are clenched. So it's very important to have therapy not just be about telling the details of our week, but actually kind of diving down into what the rest of our experience as a whole is going through. The body doesn't have random experiences. It doesn't have random feelings. It follows the mind and the stories that we tell, and it also takes in the information from the environment. So it's kind of like a sponge. It holds a lot of information for us if we only ask. So body-centered psychotherapy has always been bringing in the whole, bringing in all of us and not just our minds and what we think and what we're getting caught in, whether it's obsessive thoughts or preoccupation with something or worry about the future, but really to bring in the body and see how we can calm the body a little bit. The body actually has a profound effect on the mind too. So calming the body will allow the mind to kind of settle. So the simple question of how your body feels while you're talking or while you're sharing something might be something that you can try just to test out and see, am I connected to my body or am I mostly up in my head? So if you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know. And I hope we can work together and see what is happening in the whole of you instead of just your mind. Okay, take care.